And let's go from the Jacksons to Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter, who have good reason to celebrate because the children have spoken. And it looks like Madonna has come on top out on top yet again because the Queen of Pop has reclaimed her throne. And she has one of this week's favorite new songs with Bring Your Love. And she has, I think I have I don't know if I put the chart in here. Let me see if I actually copied it. I probably forgot. But um we'll just go through it. And yeah, I forgot to put it in here, but 'cause I wanted to show y'all the actual chart placement of all the songs that are a part of the situation. But anyway, let's get into the story. So, Bring Your Love, Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter's new song release tops this week's Best New Music poll. Now, listeners voted on a poll published Friday, May 1st on Billboard, choosing the superstars team up as their favorite music release this week. Now, Bring Your Love rose to the top in a week that also delivered new music from Zara Larsson, Casey Musgraves, and Bella Porch. I don't know who that is. Plus, the new soundtrack accompanying the box office hit The Devil Wears Prada 2. At the poll's closing time on Sunday, Madonna and Sabrina have amassed an overwhelming 88.99% of the vote. Now, interestingly, there was a Madonna and Devil Wears Prada crossover over the weekend in movie theaters, where a teaser for Madonna's upcoming Confessions 2 album played ahead of the film. The promo spot featured Madonna and Vogue's Anna Wintour, who's ready to hear the confessions to come on July 3rd. And so yeah, and like I told y'all earlier when we were talking about this story, I mean, I know there was some people that said that they didn't get to see the promo ahead of The Devil Wears Prada 2. And so I think certain screens are showing it, certain screens aren't. I don't know which ones. At this point, it doesn't really matter because if you go on social media, the clip is already up there. So Devil Wears Prada did its thing. It made its money. This is back when we were talking about box office earlier in the show, and so it's done its big one. It's made a ton of money at the box office. It's number one in the country and in the world, and it's already, I guess, made its budget back. So um you can go online pretty much. Madonna already uploaded it. You can see it. I saw it earlier because I didn't get around to seeing the Devil Wears Prada 2 yet. Probably the only homosexual in America that hasn't seen it. Excuse me, but nevertheless, it's out there. Now, they said the Madonna and Sabrina duet, of course, is meant for the dance floor, or at least meant to put your mind in that transcendent space. The pair excuse me. The pair debuted the single in Madonna's surprise guest appearance during Carpenter's recent Coachella set, then officially unleashed the studio version of the song on Friday. And then they gave us a visualizer where I think if you look pretty close, you get to see a little bit of the rave sequence that was mentioned in a lot of the tabloids. I think the Mirror was the first one to leak, and then the Daily Mail, I think, did a story on it where they were talking about that Madonna was over in the UK filming a music video. I think she had shot it for 2 days. And then I think that if I'm not mistaken, I heard she did reshoots on some of this stuff because she wasn't satisfied with the finished product of the video. But the rumor was is that yeah, there was a big rave sequence or whatever that they shot, and they had aerialists and all kinds of other stuff. So this video is very high profile and expensive. Which I just read a story today that is talking about that more people are pushing for music videos and not be so highfalutin and overly expensive. Like back in the day, we used to get these big videos on MTV. Now they want to simplify, which is why I love Slater's rollout for her new album. Which she didn't really go there with going all expensive and all out with the videos. The videos are very DIY. I think that's kind of like that whole Tumblr or whatever case type of vibe that they're going for. So um but yeah, the visualizer came out and it looks cool or whatever. If you can get past that seizure inducing pink or whatever the case is, you get to see a little bit of the rave and everything in there. I just feel like at this point, y'all need to release the music video soon because remember there was rumors going around that Beyonce is supposed to make an announcement about Act 3 at the Met Gala tonight. Her people have denied it. That is the rumor that's going around. I don't know how true it is, but um you don't want other people coming in trying to steal your thunder in regards to this whole situation. So And the one thing I love about this song is like, yeah, it's 90s house. It's got that vibe. There was some, I forget the name of the sample that they used, but you barely hit a sample in the thing. So I think it's more or less an interpolation. And Sabrina has no hand in the songwriting. The songwriting, when you look at the songwriting credits, it says strictly Madonna. Not even Stuart Price came in and did a co-write. So you could definitely tell that Madonna's back in her writing bag. She's really taking the reins with a lot of stuff. And we love the chorus. Bring your love, cause you cannot shake me. Bring your love, cause you'll never take me. And it's like how simple it. Doom, 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 doom. It's such an earworm. It's such in your head. Like it's easy to remember the lyrics. And I always say this, like a lot of the pop stars that's coming on right now, y'all be overstuffing it with the lyrics and stuff. And it'd be hard for my mind to just bogged down a lot of what y'all saying. I still don't know all the lyrics to "Call Me Mother." Quiet as it's coming. I don't think RuPaul does either. But Mia Star does. But for the most part, I just like how it's such an earworm. It's so catchy, and you can't get it out of your head. Yes, that was a Kylie reference, but yeah, you can't get it out of your head. So, and everybody can relate to that whole situation of like bringing somebody your love. Even though some people say you can't bring somebody love. Yes, the fuck you can. In my situation, you can bring somebody some love. Bring me love, bitch. Or bring me your booty hole. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to hearing all this. It does feel very confession-y when you listen to the lyrics. I also like how she would throw things in there that's a throwback or reference to other songs. Like I got something I want to say about it, which is very much express yourself coded. So a lot of it is like a callback to old songs that Madonna has done. And I like that she throws a bit of those little Easter eggs in there for her fans and waxing nostalgic. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, she's going in for a whole late 80s early 90s house music vibe, and we're in that whole nostalgic bag. But what I love about what Madonna's doing versus what Lady Gaga's attempting to do with this Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack, which quiet as it's kept, a lot of those songs on there sound like cutting room floor tracks from the Chromatica era. It feels more real and nuanced with Madonna. It's like I'm looking back at the late 80s with House, but I also did my due diligence, meaning my homework. And I know like if we're gonna reference a lot of those tracks, like really go in and study and bring a lot of those that feeling back of what it was like being in those clubs back in the day. Yeah, in the late 80s and the 90s, I was not in the clubs. I was way too young. I didn't start going to the clubs and being in that scene until like the late 90s, going into the 2000s. So I was able to go up into, getting to go to the Roxy and going to Twilo and going to a lot of those parties in New York City and Splash. I lived in Splash, and that's how I was able to meet, all the drag queens and all the other stuff that was going up in there. Shout out to my friend Big Kim because that's why I met her. We met up in there when she used to do her Latin night on Wednesdays. Um, One thing was like 10 o'clock, and that was around the time, and I'm about to read them for this, because they would go from the glass clubs to the plastic, because apparently you coloreds, they would think would just destroy the glasses up in there. So yeah, they went from glass to plastic. I called it even back then, and I called it, I said, so what? The colors is coming up here. That's why y'all changing these cups. Yeah, I had a mouth back. Look, my mouth never changed. But anyway, so and having the opportunity, like when they had Splash, was like Madonna was stopping there, Janet was there, Britney performed. It was like that was a time to be had when the party scene was what it was in New York. So um with Gaga though, girl, she gives me Mercury Lounge teas, very Upper East Side. That you was that girl that would sit at the like you were Billy Joel with tits, and because that music wasn't working, you had to pivot and get into the whole pop music space. So when she comes in here trying to act like she's a dance floor queen, girl, that's not what you was never about that life. Because when I was up in the clubs, when I was up in that scene, you was not up in there. So I don't like this whole image that you're trying. And plus, you dropped out of NYU. You don't like to tell nobody that, but you dropped out of NYU and was trying to pursue the whole music thing full time. So this whole image that you try to perpetuate of yourself of being like this girl that came up in the scene is some bullshit. And so, with this list, the fandom is pissed, as in the baby critters, because Madonna and Sabrina have a hit and their girl song, I think is currently, which one is it? Is it the one with her and Doshi? That song is floating around in like I think at number 88 on the charts. When Madonna has a number one and number two song in the country with two of the songs that she released. One is a deep house club track, like something that you would hear in an underground club. Like I told you, like the first single that she released, well, not even a single, it's a buzz track. That's what we would call it. That's what we called it back then. I guess we could still call it that. The buzz track to get you to aware of what is the music from the album or what setting the mood and that sort of thing. That's like something like I'm walking down a long corridor before I get up in the club. That's what that song was giving me, like very much like I'm in Justify My Love, where I'm like my blonde hair and I'm walking down the hallway and I'm like clutching my boobs and I was like, ah, you remember that scene in the video? That's what that song gives me. And then Bring Your Love is like, yes, that obvious radio house hit. It's so simple, but it's effective. But then when you listen to the song, one of the things and I've always loved this about music, the simplest of songs, you start to notice the multi layers that you peel back the onion, and you start to realize the multi layeredness that's within in those songs. And that's what I love about this song is that it's simple but effective. And more artists need to be like that instead of trying to overdo it or trying to prove a point or trying to come up with your own version of Vogue or your own version of Born This. I mean, not Born This Way, Express Yourself, which Born This Way is, or so many other things where you're trying to pander instead of just creating something natural because the creative artistry within you is giving you the ability to create that. And the fans need to be mad at her for coming out with these mid-ass dance tracks and stop being mad when other people had a moments to shine. I don't get the insecurity from the baby critters. It's like everybody could be out here winning. If y'all love y'all girl so much, go out there and bump her music, support it, and all that other stuff. I also heard that some people were saying Madonna fans don't stream. Well, I don't know about all that. If the fans out there don't stream, maybe they just buying up the physical copies. I just told you I bought two variants. I bought the grinder vinyl, and I got the deluxe 16 track non-skip edition of CD. That's supposed to be coming in July. So I bought two physical copies. So she got my coins. Now, in regards of the streaming stuff, I stream, but I'm a rarity. I'm not everybody. I'm me. So I do stream, and I've been listening to every time because I even have a playlist called Strike a Pose on Apple Music. I think everybody can have access to it though. It's not something I created; it's something they have on there. But I go on the Strike a Pose um, situation, and they have first song, Bring Your Love. And then it plays like it's a playlist of like all the songs that I guess they would think it's called Strike a Pose. It's like the songs that they would think that the gays would actually listen to, like the dance pop and all that type of stuff. So it's DJ mixes, you get Honey Dijon, you get Madonna, you get Beyonce, you get Kylie, you get all the divas. Even Gaga, they put two of the songs on the Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack. That's how I was able to hear it. And the funny thing is, the song she did with Doechii, you know what's the best part of that song I like? How loud the bass is in my ears. It's the only thing. Everything else is like Doechii's on it, Gaga's doing the chorus, she's barely on her own damn song, and that's it. But to get to the thing, because I know I wanted my little rant, they basically said, oh wait, let me actually pull the poll up for y'all so y'all can see it. Because I was like, I'll just pull it up on here. Since I don't have time to like render it and all that other mess. I don't want to have to do all of that. So there it is. They have, I'm sure y'all can see it. So yeah, which is your favorite new music release of the week? And this is the poll, like the library, has officially been closed. So they have Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter with 88.99%, Bella Porch with Ribcage. I don't know who that girl is. 4.01%, maybe because I'm not the demographic. Now, Zara Larson, Midnight Sun Girls Trip. I heard a couple of songs on the record. It's a little too poppy for me. I'm not feeling that record, but congratulations to you, Miss Lady. Casey Musgraves, Middle of Nowhere with 1.71%. Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack with 1.71%. So it's tying with Casey Musgraves. And other is 0.58%. So that's the score. Those are the numbers. And that's the poll. And the people have spoken. So don't be mad at me. I don't make the news. I just report it. Go argue with your mammy. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding that Madonna and Sabrina Carpenter shocker to no one, except the haters, that the Queen of Pop and the diva in training, Sabrina, have the biggest hit in the country. And this is a way for, I guess, Sabrina to introduce her fans to Madonna's music, those who ain't really been listening to her music like that. And hopefully, with Bring Your Love and Madonna's work ethic and her style of doing songs, whatever the case is, maybe that'll rub off on Sabrina and she'll get a little more mature with her musical style. Because, yeah, she's a little too girly for me. That's why I keep getting to Sabrina. And I worked a tour, so I can say that. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.